you do your ACL first game the next year.
Yeah.
So that's your last final you play at AFL level.
Yeah.
Do you think about that?
Yeah, like I think you always have an opportunity to learn from every single instance. So, if we hadn't lost the prelim in 2018, so say we won the grand final or even just made the grand final in 2018, would we have drunk our own bathwater and then not gone on to have the sort of dynasty? We'd lose that one, you win 1920. I look at that moment, and I remember in the off season thinking like, I never want to feel that way again. Like I had the most amazing off season. Like I was fitter than I'd ever been. And I don't think anyone knows this about my knee. And it's actually the first time I've sort of said it publicly, but, I actually think I did my knee before that game by accident. So I was kicking the footy down the park, with my dad, and my dog was running around, and we were down at our beach house in Port Arlington, and I remember kicking the footy with him and just doing some extras and stuff like that, and I kicked, and when I was in the air, my foot was extended like that, this other dog that was chasing my dog smashed into the side of my knee, and I was like, this really hurts. This is a thing that I've never really felt before, this pain in my knee, and so I iced it, and I was like, I think it should be okay. So anyway, I just kept running, and I think it might have been a partial tear then.
Wow.
And then it just sort of, I don't know, you never know, but I sort of kept going with preseason, and then obviously did it in round one. But so that's a breaking news story.
Welcome to BackChat, everybody.
Yeah, welcome to BackChat.
Mitch Brown did the same thing. Mitch Brown, ACL, and partially tore it. It was in the same game. He had an incident in the first quarter, and he speaks the same as you. He'll never know.
Yeah.
He said there was a little incident similar. Someone came across him, and he was like, hang on a
weird.
second.
Yeah.
That feels weird. And you had a bit of time. Like, when was this dog incident? In the summer? Like
this was like weeks before.
Right.
So, yeah, it may or may not have been.
No,
but like
correct.
I don't know how long you can actually train on a partially torn ACL before it actually...
They didn't used to operate on them. They used to
just let him go.
Yeah, let him go, strap him up. Don't turn right.
Yeah, just U-turn.
So what's that feeling like though? You do your ACL, regardless of if it was a dog or how you did it. Do you know at the time ACL done? And is it sadness? Is it whatever is it?
Because that was the weird feeling. Like, so when the dog hit me, I was like, wow, this is like this ache in the middle of my knee, and I've never sort of felt that before. Whatever, iced it up, carried on, did preseason, round one, bang, did it again. I'm like, it didn't dawn on me then, but I'm like, I just thought, wow, this is an uncomfortable feeling again. It'll be okay. I'll come off, ice it, and it's probably just like a bruise of some sort.
Right.
And then like the doc comes in and he's just like doing the rocking thing, and he's just like, doesn't look good, mate.
Did he tell you?
Yeah. He's like, he doesn't say like straight up you've blown it out, but he's like,
that's the test. The rocking of that.
Yeah. He's like, it's pretty loose. So I knew before the end of the game that it was pretty much done.
Right.
So I had a bit of time to think about the person that I wanted to be when I resurfaced. Like I could be kicking the dog, and I could, pardon the pun, I should have kicked the dog the first time, stinking mutt.
Yes,
so,
what a lie.
So I could have walked out and just been kicking the dog and just been really flat and sort of, self-focused. But
I've seen the photos. You were not happy, I'm assuming, but you were smiling. You were hugging your mates.
Yeah, we won the game, and I didn't want it to be about me, and I wanted them to, everything that we'd done in 2017, 2018 was always about us rather than individual. So I always wanted to believe that it wasn't because of me that we've gotten to the point we have. So it'll be okay. Like everything will be fine. Like I'm replaceable. Which it turned out to be true. 2019 won the flag by heaps. So it was fine. But it took a lot of like gathering myself and faking it till I made it to sort of just be like, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay.
Yeah. Because I hear that about, it's all about us, and I can hear it's real. I don't think you're lying. But having been in footy environments and been in that in team environments like that, there has to have been a woe is me feeling. I like that. There has to have been, because it's human nature to.
I think part of me probably didn't want to believe it yet, that I'd probably done it, and so I'm like, yeah, no worries. I've beaten the odds before. Like, I'll be fine.
Yes.
And I was like, Tyson Goldsack came back in 6 months. I can come back in 6 months. So that was my goal, and I was just training like harder than I'd ever trained to get back to playing the grand final because I didn't know we were gonna win it, but I knew we were gonna be very, very good. So I said from the very start, I was like, guys, I'm training to come back and play. Like this isn't a thing that I'm just gonna 12 months and we'll put you on ice for 2020 because it was already at that time that I was sort of thinking about this is probably going to be my last year anyway, regardless of whether I do my knee or not.
Right.
But it was almost like the knee gave me the opportunity to really solidify in my mind that I don't need another one. Like I don't need another flag. I don't need to prove anything else. I just need to live my life a different way.
Did you get close to playing? Did you get close to coming back?
I reckon I could have played in the grand final.
Is that right?
Yeah. But like, so the chat with Dimmer was, so I came up to him and I'd done all my like triple crossovers and all that kind of stuff. And I'd started training back and I had the chat with Dimmer. And I was like, I want to play. He's like,
This went prelim grand final week?
I think this was the start of the finals. Like, so in the finals mix. And so I'd already started to talk to them about the fact that like, I'll sort of preface it this way. So yeah, I want to play. And he's like, look, we've got this far without you. What if you were to break down in the middle of a game and we lose? Like, how would you feel about that? Like, then it's kind of, do you feel, bad about that? So I was like, yeah, actually, I probably would. Like, he's like, yeah, because anyway, like next year we're going to be loaded up, ready to go. Like, you'll be fine. You'll be 100% fit, and we'll just do it again next year. And I'm like, there's kind of not a next year.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah, and it was just kind of like, I think because most of the year it was, I was like, hey guys, I'm just having these thoughts, like, but it was at that point I was like, there is no next year for me,
right?
And he was just like, imagine that as a coach,
Absolutely.
like going into a finals, like. I've got to deal with all this crap, and then one of my best players is coming to me saying he wants to retire. Just like, I just can't deal with this right now.
Right.
So it was a pretty heavy time. And I remember talking to the group about the fact that like I wanted to play, but I would prefer to not put the team's success at risk, which in some hindsight is a bit of a wanky thing to do. But like, I think I needed it for my own closure, just to be like, hey guys, this is how I'm feeling. I really wanted to play, but I don't want to play because just in case I break down, I don't want to cost you guys. So it's like, pat yourself on the back.
Do you
Alex,
stand up in front of the group and say that?
Yeah.
That was that at all emotional?
Super emotional for me. I cried.
Bloody
like,
hell. I can imagine it'd be unbelievable.
Yeah, it was tough. But that's the kind of group we had. Like we were just vulnerable and open and cared about each other and just wanted to tell everyone how I was feeling.
And you're effectively retiring in that same speech. Are you effectively saying I'm not going to put my hand up to play and I'm done? That was just a little teaser of our full episode. They're out Wednesdays on YouTube and you can listen to them wherever you get your podcasts. Go on, get out of here.